So a new TIOBE index, June 26th. Rust hits new high as Python slips. This is reported in the New Republic here. June 2026 TIOBE index shows Python slipping below 19%, C++ moving back ahead of Java, Rust reaching 12, C++ moves back ahead of Java. The closest contest near the top is once again between C++ and Java. C++ returns to number 3. This is all noise, by the way. This is all noise. When you're talking 0.5% or 1 or 2% in terms of rankings, it's irrelevant. It's all noise. I'm just putting this out just to make some points, which I'm going to get to soon. C# remains 5th at 4.85, and JavaScript stays 6th at 3.0. So now this is one index. There's all these indexes. This one apparently is based on search engine queries. How relevant is that in the AI age? So many people, when's the last time you used the search engine? When's the last time you've been to Stack Overflow, right? I just go to one of the models and I go, boo, and I get the answers, you know? So I'm not sure how relevant that is. And if you look at, even before the AI hit the scene, different rankings would have wildly different numbers. So should you base on what you learn or what you're doing or what your job search is, and should you base any of that on rankings? No, not at all. You look at it, kind of glance at it. What you should do is look at jobs. That's number one. No matter what you do, you want to look at job opportunities, see what the jobs are. You may think ActionScript is fantastic. You may think that VB6 is fantastic. Maybe the best language ever created besides Ruby. But if there's no jobs, who cares? So, so don't pay too much attention to those rankings. Look at the job opportunities. That's basically where you want to be. Now, that being said, the larger point I keep trying to make to people is that languages are irrelevant. I know it's almost heresy for me to say that. How dare you say that languages are irrelevant, programming languages? They are. I've been doing this since 1990s. 1994 is when I got first paid to write code. They're irrelevant because as you become a better developer, you will switch from language A to B to C to D. Just like, I don't know, a carpenter would switch from a saw to hammer to a chisel, I don't know, whatever carpenters use. You know, it doesn't really, they're just tools. Languages and libraries and frameworks, they're just tools. Now, you may have your favorites, React versus Vue versus Angular, or C# versus C++ versus Java. And people argue about which one is better. But those are kind of junior arguments. Somebody says to you, I think I'm going to, this is my favorite language and everything else sucks. That's a sure sign that they're pretty junior. Yes, some languages are better than others at certain things. For me, I let go of that a long, long time ago. I've written software, commercial software, in 9 languages over the years. And it just depends on the job, Sometimes C# the best game in the city. Sometimes it's C#. So if you're new to software development and you're looking at, you're worried about what language to learn or what framework to learn, don't have kittens. It's not a big deal. Once you learn, for example, JavaScript, for you to learn TypeScript will be like, for you to learn C#, for you to learn Java, you know what I mean? It's just like, because they're so similar. Like learning to drive a car. Once you learn to drive one high-powered sports car, they have different feels. The buttons are a little bit here, some are there, but they're pretty standard. So today, of course, it's the AI. You gotta work on AI. That is the new super duper language. That is a new framework. The game is changing once again. Those who adopt AI workflows and understand how to harness AI, how to set up agents and deploy agents efficiently, understand the different frontier models, the different local models, how to run local models, what they are, why would you want to run them, token optimization. That is the key. That is the key to software development going forward. So don't get caught up in these language indexes. They weren't very relevant, in my opinion, prior to AI, now with AI becoming even less relevant, it just, they're just diminishing in their level of importance. Last thing, DSA, data structures and algorithms. You should learn the basics, right? Just the very basics. That's about it, because you could ask the AI, if I'm sorting this type of data, what data structure is best, You should understand what questions to ask. Oh, I need to optimize this particular method here. What should I do? But again, that's another illusion of the YouTube nerdosphere. This illusion that optimized runtime speed is somehow an issue. It's not. For 99.9999999% of software development, it's not an issue. The hardware is so powerful now. We have such fast CPUs and GPUs and RAM and hard disk, and our bandwidths are so big now that performance is such a rare issue to deal with. Most of us are not building Facebook or Instagram or some massive concurrent system. Most of us are never going to do that. And the fact of the matter is, for most apps, the bottleneck is going to be in the database, the database access. So DSA doesn't really play a role in that. In modern software development, it will play a role if you're building a game engine or something, but how many of us are building a game engine? How many of us are processing billions of records? It's such a waste of time. Work on the broader things I talk about. Learn fundamentals, design patterns, AI workflows and harnessing. Learn a little bit about refactoring, a little bit about databases, understand, and ultimately, you want to become really good at system level thinking.